Hey everybody, it's the man they call Dave and AJ Strange Brew. We're going to talk about wrestling and god damn, we need some energy for this. AJ, tell us what we got.
Well, you say that we've got fans, and I know they're working hard, so they're going to need energy. But when they get energy, they want jitterless energy, and nothing's going to jack you up without the jitters like Dubby. If you get an opportunity, check out all of their merchandise. They got the coolest shakers. They've got so many different flavors, and it literally will keep you going all night long. It is Dubby. Check them out when you go to their site. Put in Fans Working, and we're going to give you 10% off on any order that you put in. And then you could be as jacked up as me and the man they call Dave. Dave, speaking of being jacked up, what do you got for us this week?
10%, baby. Check it out. First things first, let's get right out of the gate. Let's talk about right before we came on air, you started talking about this past week's card, which I didn't get a chance to watch. But I was out, and it was funny because I didn't tell you this, but I got a text, obviously from you guys in my group text. It's always like, man, Dern's looking strike, straight. And a buddy of mine who's always just kind of sarcasm, and I knew something was up, and he's like, I'm concerned about Angela Hill. And I'm like, okay, something's not going well here for Angela Hill. And I just made the joke. I was like, I heard she got hit, and he's like, she got hit a lot.
She is very tough. She definitely improved how tough she was because she took a real ass whooping. Mackenzie talked about it a little bit during fight week, but she's going through a divorce, and she's struggling with it or whatever. And the commentators, are saying that this is her new thing. She's divorced Dern. She had an intensity that she's absolutely never shown in the octagon before, an aggressiveness, just like really wanting to, it seemed like she really wanted to hurt Angela Hill. She was taking out all her frustration on her. She didn't get the finish, but I think a lot of that was credited to Hill. She was very tough and hung in there. I think it was 3 10-8s for Mackenzie in that fight, which is astonishing.
3 10-8s.
Yeah. She looked great. And then she called out Rose very respectfully. She said, I don't know what Rose is doing because she barely fights, but I don't know what Rose is doing, but I think that would be a great matchup. She's a former champion, respect. So I thought that was a good call out. That's definitely a fight I'd like to see because, Rose has slick jiu-jitsu as well. So
yeah, but probably not the level of jiu-jitsu that the Dern has. And that would make an interesting fight. Like obviously Rose would have the edge in striking, but would Dern improve in striking? And with Rose coming off a loss where she arguably froze a little bit and hasn't fought since, this would be the right time if you're Dern to make that call out, it seems.
Right, and Dern's striking has been improving so much. She was like making Angela miss and then countering back. That's Perillo really has been adding to her striking game, and every single fight is just exponentially better. So Rose would be a tough test on the feet. I would think Angela has more power, but Rose is very slick, especially defensively with her footwork. So it might be tough for Mackenzie to get to her. Best bet would be, strike into a takedown. But
yeah. Interesting. Yeah, well, I hope they make the fight, honestly. I think that would be a good fight. Could headline a fight night card, or would be a great addition to any pay-per-view card they would have for sure.
I didn't watch the prelims on this, but we talked a little bit about it last week. Just shout out to Chase Hooper, who moved up to lightweight. Apparently he dominated in lightweight. And so good for him. I'm going to go back and watch that fight for sure because I am a Chase fan. So I'm glad that he got back on track and looked really good in a new weight class. So
only one decision on this main card too, other than the main event.
There were some comeback wins and stuff too.
Yeah, Buckley got a finish. I saw Carlos Diego Ferreira. I saw that knockout.
That Michael Chandler knockout Michael Johnson knockout was very bad. His toes were curled. He was stiff. It was a bummer to see him like that, but great knockout. The guy's a jiu-jitsu guy also, so he was like, "Oh, I like knocking people out, though."
Yeah, good for him, man.